Toast it on up, Papa Mike.
Pump it up to the night broadcast.
Yep, to
First
In-Laws
one,
Unscripted. Toast it on up, Papa Mike.
Pump it up to the night broadcast.
Yep, to
First
In-Laws
one,
Unscripted.
Yes. So, tonight we are going to talk about...
Good God. Okay.
Good one there. Tonight we're going to talk about meeting son-in-laws that want to marry your daughter. And how I met my son-in-law that I'm proud of. How he came to me as a man and asked to marry my daughter. That was the best feeling as a father can ever have when you see a man come and ask to marry your daughter. That reminded me of back in the old days when my great-great-parents on the farm, how they used to get married. Used to tell you, if a man can't come to the father to ask to marry your daughter, there's something wrong with that man. But at this time in life that we live in today, here, I'm blessed to have my son-in-law. And this show is going to show how much we care for you to listen, that we feel that was going on, that the world needs to know, because there's so much going on. And here's my son-in-law.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Now, it just so happened that we also bonded in another way. Because unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, but all good things happen for a reason. And all bad things happen for a reason. But it just so happened that we both share a similar situation where we both happen to be in a divorce. And it happened in such a way that we both end up getting divorced from white women. Now look, this is unscripted, so trust and believe there shall be some interesting things that's going to be said. But by no means is it just about the negativity. It's also about the positivity.
Right.
There's a lot of situations where being in an interracial relationship, there's a lot of things that people don't consider. They're only looking at it from the outside and not necessarily caring about what's happening internally in the relationship. Being married to the opposite race is tough. But it's not that it's not doable. It's just something that requires a lot of effort.
Right.
A lot of effort.
Right.
And it just so happened that me and Papa Mike both went through that, right. and it didn't work out.
Right.
But that does not mean that you in your relationship can't work.
Right.
It just means that there's a lot of things that you have to be aware of. And there's a lot of things you got to talk about.
Right.
And me and Papa Mike actually had a pretty good conversation about just how that was in a time where interracial relationships was not a thing.
Right. And that's when I first got married, it was like, and I got married St. Louis. And it's like people was worrying about then, like they worry about now is race and stuff, but we've been through that. But when you're married to a white woman, it's like they look at you and they look at her too. Because what she did was she broke the vow of they culture to marry into our culture. And it was the same thing as back in the old days, how people still do, and they still do this today, as it's the color of a skin, but people got to realize you all bleed the same. Mm-hmm. And once people realize all blood is red, that's why we got in this world, we always donate blood. Without us donating blood, it don't matter what race or color you are, you're going to need somebody's blood. Mm-hmm. And once we get that in our head, instead, but back to being married like that, it's a job. It ain't just because you're black, married to a white woman. She got to go through the same thing too, because the black people do the same thing to her. Yeah. What's wrong with him? Yeah. Why did he do that? You know, and I'm the type of person like this. God put me on this earth to love everyone. And I give everyone a sporting chance of whatever love I fall in love with, that's my business with a certain thing. But it's a job, and it's hard because people would not let, this racism stuff is just, it's eating America up.
But wait, Papa Mike, we can't get too deep yet.
Right,
we can't get too
right,
deep
right,
yet
right,
because
right,
this is unscripted.
Right,
We got to circle back.
Right.
Now, I just got to know, in a time where, it wasn't favorable to marry a white woman, or what made you go through your Wesley Snipes moment? I know you remember that movie. What was the movie called?
Shit, I can't think.
It was something about, what was it? It wasn't In the Woods. What was it called?
No.
What was it called? Gavel moment. What was the movie called? We gotta think. All right, Papa Mike. Okay, it was Wesley Snipes. Okay, this was early. This was early in his career. I think this was maybe before Blade.
Right,
It was before Blade.
I think you're talking to the movie that he had a black chick and he married. He was working at an office. And
he was messing around with a white woman.
What was it? I can't think of it.
It was something about heat.
Heat is. I can't think of it. That's just America right now.
What is the movie?
What is that movie? If you can help us.
What is the movie? Wait a minute. Okay, we gotta think about it.
I gotta think about it. I know what you're talking about.
What is the movie? Look. At some point in time, we're gonna go to a pause because you gotta figure out the name of this movie.
So,
God, something obsession. No, it wasn't that. Oh God, what is it?
Definitely need your
Lord. I need it. Help me out.
Pause it
Help
now.
me out. We got pause. Okay, so we totally had a bourbon moment.
Right.
We remember that the movie is called Jungle Fever. Okay, cool. So Papa Mike, back to the question at hand. What made you go through your Jungle Fever moment? See, now this is where we get unscripted. What you got?
So what it was maybe, I'm gonna tell you, I'm working with different women. I'm saying, at the work job, and happens, you're looking like.
Okay, come on, Papa Mike, you gotta get a whole story, man.
Right,
You gotta get a whole story.
And then, talking to her and all that kind of stuff, We always used to work together and all that, kin folks, all that, She was, working there, and then I'm like, your man and all that kind of stuff. Like, she spoke, I spoke, we talked, went out. There you go.
5 kids later, 20 plus years married.
So,
but but all of that bliss. Yep.
But see, all that then, but it's changed.
Yeah.
Almost 30 years of marriage, and people get, it don't matter who you're with.
Yeah.
We all get tired of each other.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We all got to deal with the consequence, But so happens, gave me 5 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
That I love dearly.
Married one.
And married one.
The daughter.
Yeah.
I just want to clear that up.
Right. And then, we got a son that's married.
Yep.
Yeah, clear that up.
Yep.
So, and then we just move on.
Yeah.
You gotta, move on, And that was,
So what do you think the hardest adjustment was? Because I know when me and you spoke, you talked about kind of how being down there and living in St. Louis, being in an interracial relationship.
It's kind of where you're at too, and which, see a lot of people in St. Louis, like St. Louis, where she stayed at Southwest St. Louis, that was like, all racist stuff, don't like color, not too many black people live over there, and stuff like that.
There's an interesting divide.
Divide.
There's a park that divides the park, right?
Divides the South, and like up here, like East Side, same thing.
Yeah.
But that was really racist.
Yeah.
But see, the thing about it is, I'm the type of guy like this.
Mm.
I'm a free America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't scared to go anywhere.
Yeah.
In America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I used to go over there, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Papa Mike said, "I'm going over there.
I go over there.
I'm going across the park."
Because I'm the type of guy like this. If I'm like this. If I'm going to deal with you, we're going to date. I want to see your parents, see what you're about.
Yeah.
Because if your parents look at me and say, "Oh hell no," or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're crazy, but they wouldn't.
Yeah.
And I tell you, when I was married to my wife, I'm gonna tell you, my mother-in-law and father-in-law was the best mother and father-in-law that a man that's in a relationship was Best thing you ever see.
Yeah.
You know, and they still talk to me today.
We gotta shout out the
shout out
late great Mr. Skip.
Mr. Skip. Thank you very much.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then people got to realize that. And see, and that was wrong with, and now we're going to get to that. And that's why, you know, everybody is not into all that.
What you mean?
You know, all into that, you know, keep on going with the past.
Oh, yeah.
Keep on being all like that. People just want to live.
No, people just want to live.
You know,
I think that
you know, but, you know, like the same thing with you.
Yeah.
You was in a relationship.
Yeah, and that's why
You know
I can
what I mean?
relate because
and look what happened.
I was in a time where interracial relationships were okay. Like there was a lot of people at that time, but the looks that I got from people, from my own people, kind of it was interesting because yes, it's something that is a norm, but even though it was a norm, it was something that people looked at me as a black man and the looks felt like it was, how could you do that? Like, why would you choose her? Why are you walking away from being with a black woman? Why are you not dating your race? And I've never been the type of person to care about the color of your skin. I just care about the fact that I love you and I care for you. And I think that a lot of times we kind of miss that because, come on now, everybody has heard this. It's kind of become cliche, but you're supposed to treat people how you want to be treated. The lack of love that we have in this world has kind of put us in this situation because, again, I didn't care that she was white. I cared that I loved her.
And see, that's the thing, like me. We was talking about. Yeah. That's why I goes over there and meet her parents. Mm-hmm. Number one, I don't care how she look and what color she is because I'm a human being and God, I'm one of God's childs and she one of them too. Yeah. God didn't pick color.
No. Because there's a whole lot of women in a lot of different colors that look good. Okay, that's just what it is. That's just what it is.
Right. You know, and people got to realize that. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's just like it's nothing bad because it's the same thing as being married to somebody else. You're gonna go, you're gonna be good, and then you're gonna get a divorce. And no matter what color you are, you're gonna go through your ups and downs.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
You know what I mean? And that's what people got to realize in this world. What we living in this world right now is people need to love each other. Yeah. It don't matter what color you are, who you with, or whatever. It's your business. It's your business, nobody else's.
No.
You know what I mean? And a lot of you people stop worrying about your business and started worrying about when all these other people that you see. Yeah. It's never going to be there. It's never going to be there, no matter what.
No.
Because see, America right now, man, what's going on?
It's a whirlwind.
It's a whirlwind.
We right back to the whole black versus everybody thing, and it's it's odd.
And then like you said, we back to the black versus everybody.
Yeah.
When are we going to stand up as American people and say, wait a minute? When are we going to stand up and say, you know what, enough is enough?
Why haven't we got to that point? Do you feel like it's because there was a moment where, as black people, we witnessed two of our most notable leaders in civil rights be shot down and killed? I feel like personally, I feel like there was a point in time where we gave up or we accepted how far we can go. Is that right for me to say that?
You know, the situation that I feel that, you know, civil rights and all, you know, we are going through something.
Yeah.
Not just we going through something. Yeah. This country is going through
we
something.
As a people.
We you know, it ain't just, see, we are going through something that we ain't never seen before. Mm-hmm. And really, and it's just common sense. People just want to live, pay their taxes, and have a nice home, mind their business. Nobody, you know, they don't need all this.
Yeah.
Once people vote for somebody, they want that man to be for them.
Yeah. Well, we haven't had that.
We never had it.
We never had it.
It's just
so why continue? Yeah. Why continue to operate in a system that was never built
for us?
For us. Like
It wasn't built
I
for
think that's what.
See,
that's where I kinda-
like I'm telling people, and I tell people this all the time. The stuff they doing, it's not hurting us. We used to you doing this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
All our life y'all been doing this stuff.
Yeah.
It's nothing new to us.
No.
It might be new to people, the young generation, but the old generation, we used to you doing this. We can survive with this. You're not hurting you trying to hurt us, but you're hurting your own self.
Yeah.
And once people realize one thing, common sense.
Common sense. Well, my mom
Common
used to always
sense
say
out the window.
common sense ain't common.
You know, and like I tell people all the time, common sense. It's just damn common sense, and people don't have it.
No.
They're gonna sit up here and listen to all this propaganda bullshit. Beyond myself, I'm gonna tell you, propaganda bullshit.
Yeah.
All these years, I got in their head. This is right. This shit what you seeing is wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong. But I think that, but that's something that's been a
supposed to
norm.
do.
It's been a norm.
It's been a norm.
It's easy
to
to watch wrong done in this world and accept it, because look at the people who have spoke out against it, especially ones that look like us.
Yeah.
Whenever we speak out against something that doesn't make sense, that's not right for people, no matter what the color is, we automatically are made an example.
Of course.
So I'm telling you, I really believe that there was a certain point in time where we said, no more.
Here.
I won't stand up because I don't want to be singled out.
And see, and that's the thing. See, and that's, you know, to me, as, you know, from coming up in like the 60s, you know, I was young, and I remember Martin Luther King, and remember meeting him. I met Martin Luther King when I was a small as a kid. That when Martin Luther King came to St. Louis, you know,
how was that moment?
Thing, huh?
How was that? How,
you know,
how
I
do you
was
view
small,
that moment being like that age versus now? Because you can kind of you remember it, obviously.
Yeah, you know, but see, you know, back in the day, you know, it was people, you know, this and this, and you know, it was rough then.
Yeah,
it was rough, but you came up and you knew what you had to do.
Yeah.
You knew what your parents told you what you had to do.
Yep.
And back in those days, then when that came up, it was really up to you, because back in those days, your parents taught you, because you're supposed to be. Back in those days, to me, once your parents got you grown and did all the best they can for you, and once you got out there and got on your own, it was up to you.
Yeah.
When you turn a certain age, it's up to you. Yeah. You can't blame the parents.
Nope.
You cannot sit back and say, oh, this and this. No.
It's on you.
You grown. It's up to you. And after that was really messed up the world, you know, because
you can't lazy.
Remember back in the day, but you probably weren't born then.
Papa Mike is, how old are you? Papa Mike, 65?
Getting ready to turn 65.
65. You about to turn 65. I'm about to turn 34.
Right.
So we got almost 30 years between us.
But back in the day, you know, our buddy was here.
Yep.
But you know, he couldn't make it. But
yeah,
you know,
Mr. Lynch, where you at? Where you at?
Right. You know, the government, you know, they came in, you know, the first thing they did, you know, it's all like, if people need to just look, it's all a game with this.
Yeah.
This is nothing new with this.
Yeah.
It's up to us to really just stop just falling into this.
Yeah.
Once we learn how to stop just falling into all this mess, it's easy. It's easy. But see, the thing about it, people got to realize, they love this.
Who?
The ones that, like, not just the violent people. See, the fear is what they're living on. Yeah. When we do crime and all that, that's all you see talking about. They don't talk about what's really going on, what all the other people are doing either. They're looking for you.
Everything is always about black
people,
crime.
black crime.
Like white people.
But
first of all, last time I checked,
crazy.
Most of the serial killers are what? White?
Thank you.
I'm confused. Most of the school shooters are what? White? We've been painted as an enemy, and I'm trying to figure out when do we become so dangerous?
Right.
Like last time I checked, we was slaves in this country for how long? 300 plus years.
Right.
Almost 300
we
years.
did
Past
shit
300
then.
years. Like we still
Right.
we went through slavery. We went through Jim Crow. We went through mass incarceration. The crack. Like it just every time there's always something new.
Right.
Some new tactic to keep us in a box, and I just don't understand that.
But see, here's the thing about it, because they use us because fear.
Yeah.
Like people come across the border.
Yep.
All the people you took out, you didn't take out none of the ones that killed anybody.
No.
You took out people that paid their taxes and paid their money and everything.
Yeah.
Just round them up like cattle, and just to prove a point to them.
A large majority of those people are trying to have better lives for their family.
Right.
Like America was supposed to be a melting pot.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I'm gonna tell this to the whole America.
Yep. Go on, speak. This is
I'm
a
gonna
moment.
tell
This is a
the whole
moment.
America.
This is a moment. It's a gavel moment.
This could be. You say this is the richest country in the world. The richest country in the world for who?
Yeah.
It ain't for not for the blacks, not for the Mexicans, not for the Asians. You trying to make it rich for one thing, the whites. So America would, you backbone on people like the stuff you see these people do. Propaganda.
Yeah.
Feed into my fear.
Yeah. Fear.
Don't worry about it. But in the meantime, they screwing you.
Yeah.
They screwing you bad. Everything you see, everything you come out through these people's mouth is a lie.
Yeah.
The only thing they doing is the shit. Put it this way, and people, America, come on, you know better. Yeah. John F. Kennedy, if anybody was all back in it, never did none of this as president you ever seen in your life. Yeah. And I don't care, you can be 110 or 37 or whatever. You can kiss this man, whatever you want to do. But you know this shit you seeing is wrong.
It's wrong. So
when you go to heaven, then knock at that door and he's turning you back and say, you get your ass back down there. You know why? Yeah. Because you know damn well that is wrong.
Yeah.
This man don't give a shit about old people, farmers.
Nope.
None of that.
Nope.
He don't care about you going to the grocery store and have to pay all this price for your food.
Nope.
None of that.
No.
They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. Your car break down. They don't give you a quarter. Y'all fell into this propaganda bullshit.
I needed a whole class on inflation when
Right.
I was in middle school.
Right.
I needed an elementary, middle, and high school. Matter of fact, I needed one in college. I needed an inflation class because I guarantee you when I walked up out of college, I said I got it. And then I realized I didn't because everything just went up. It's crazy. But
right. It's just ridiculous.
Yep.
We another thing. We voted for these people. They sit up there. They just doing what the hell they want. Forget you.
Whatever
then they want to come home and go home and sit home and did at home like they did something.
No.
Come on, America. You better than this.
No.
You are really better than this.
But I think
this country, I'm going to tell you something, America. This is 11 stock of America right here. This country is 11 stock anywhere else. Yeah. If you put it in your head, but I'm telling you, wake up. Wake up, America.
Yeah, we're not.
Wake up.
We're not as privileged as we think we are.
We're not.
I think we're honestly just as much as black people, we as black people have been judged. I don't care what color or race you are. You're a slave in this country as I am.
Right.
Because we're slaves to the fact that we believe that we have a voice.
And we don't.
And we don't.
We have
only to a point. But at some point in time, with everything that's going on, with all the wrong that's being done, especially given this whole ICE situation, at what point in time are we going to say, this does not work? This doesn't work. Because I guarantee you this, the government, let's be very honest about this. The government doesn't work if it doesn't have a people to govern.
Right.
We are the people.
Right.
When the Constitution was written, at the bottom of it, or was it at the top? I'm going to say the bottom, but correct me if I'm wrong. At the bottom, it says, we the people. I think it actually says it on the top. We the people. But we've lost that. Right. We act like we don't have a voice. We act like we don't have a say. We act like the only options that we are given is between the Republican and Democratic Party. And come on, let's be honest. They both need each other to pass laws. There's no difference between the two. Right. So we have to change. We have to walk. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of politics.
Right.
But there's no way, given what's going on in the world right now, we don't talk about it.
Right.
So I'm gonna do a quick pivot. Papa Mike, I got a question. Because me and you had a brief conversation about like the fact that you kind of you lost your parents young.
Oh yeah.
There is something that because my father was in prison for most of my childhood and my very early stages in adulthood, for 20 plus years. It was hard for me to figure out how to be a man because I didn't have enough examples. So I clung to everything. So there was a lot of negativity that I kind of adopted. There's, especially when it came to women, how I treated women. I just got a question for you, especially because you lost them so young. You ain't got to talk about the whole story, but I'm curious. When you lost your parents so young, especially your father, what role models did you look at on how to be a man and how to be the right man?
That's a good question.
I got him a stumper. That's a gavel moment.
But I lost my father in front of me, so it was hard. But when he smiled, I knew everything was gonna be all right. And at the meantime, since I lost my father, now it's time for me to be the man I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's time to gotta grow up. I still got 2 sisters and stuff like that,
Yeah.
It was hard.
So who did you look to though? Who did you embody, or did you just carry the image of your father, the person that your father was throughout that entire time, or like was there somebody that you looked at and was like, man, I had
brothers.
Like him? Was it Shaft?
No. I had brothers too though.
Yep.
I had brothers, but
you said you was the youngest and you was running the show.
But you can have all the brothers and all that kind of stuff, but it's always the young ones. I don't care how many old brothers you have and all that kind of stuff. It's always going to be the ones at the bottom always going to have to run the show. You know what I mean? When stuff happened. Because, their mind was way on somewhere else and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, it was hard.
Yeah.
But you had to be a man to do what you had to do.
Yeah. Did you grow up seeing like your parents kind of interacting, married and happy?
That's another good one. Back in those days, it was like, I gotta figure. When you got like 8 kids, you're coming up and that I tell people, that's why I've been here before.
Yep.
Into this, from coming up. From seeing your parents go through what you go through with 8 kids,
yep,
and you lose your parents early, it's something that experience that a young person should never have to go through. But when you do go through it, it's going to be up to you. You're going to have to do what they taught you, or you're going to, not going to make it.
Yeah.
But when and then when you turn around and lose another parent at the same time,
yeah,
it's really getting
because you lost both your parents.
Yeah.
It was close. It was like the same year.
We lost our whole family in the whole generation. So, I had to raise 2 sisters, at a young age.
Yeah.
But then it don't matter what you've been through or the parents been through, it's what you gonna do, man. What you got responsibility, you the man.
Yeah.
You got a lot of brothers, but you know how they are.
Yeah.
So now it's up to you.
Yeah.
I just did what I had to do. That was God's script, and God gave it to me, and
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
But it's hard, it's hard.
But you got through it though.
You gotta do it.
You got through it. You got married. You got 5
I tell
kids.
you know, it don't matter. Like I tell people, it don't matter that, you know, if your parents fight or whatever and everything. If you've grown and everything, you can't think about what I did. It was like this. I didn't have, when I lost my parents and all that kind of stuff, I didn't have nobody to look to. I had to look at myself.
Yeah.
Or the, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What I got to do.
Yeah.
Number one, I'm not gonna make sure I'm not coming up like this.
Yeah.
That's already number one. I am not gonna come up how I came up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be better.
Yeah.
And once people, you know, no matter what your parents are, they're gonna do the best they can.
Yeah.
Their job is to get you grown, and after that, it's up to you.
Yeah.
You can't blame them.
No.
You gotta blame yourself.
You gotta blame yourself.
You gotta blame yourself. Every mistake you make when you turn 20 or 18 and all that kind of stuff, you gotta blame yourself. Don't blame nobody else.
Yeah.
Your mistakes out there is your mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody else's. You can't sit there and say, oh, this and this. No, you did that.